Week 4 challenge. Welcome. Now the title of this video should really be a week of mistakes. I'm going to share my trades, my emotions, my thoughts, and how we push through the mistakes. Now why a video like this? Because I've had a terrible week. And I know some of you guys have had similar experiences. And when I see a terrible week, remember, I blew up my account 2 weeks ago. I then rebounded it from $7,000 north of $65,000. And I managed to blow up my account again back down to $30,000. So it's not really blowing it up, but it's crushing my account. So I'm here to share my emotion, to share my mistakes so that you don't have to make them. I want you to learn from my mistakes. I want you to understand how and why I made those mistakes. And my hopes are that you will avoid making similar mistakes when you find yourself in the similar situations. Remember, I'm here for you to profit. I'm here to provide information in my videos so that you can make money. And I do so through complete transparency. So although it really upsets me to talk about it, let's kick it off. Understand, I update my journal on a daily basis. So as I get ready to talk about the fourth week, it's actually Sunday entering the fourth week. So let's recap the week 3, okay? I started playing blackjack with $1,500. I now have $100,000, okay? I did have $115,000, but I lost one session this week, and that's all I played. Why? Because when you watch this, I'll be playing in the biggest poker tournament of the year, the World Series of Poker, the main event in Las Vegas. So there was no need for me to go hit the casinos every day this week or more than once this week. Remember, I had one experience, it was a losing experience, and I'm going to tell you why. I wasn't trading or playing with numbers, I was playing with emotion. So let me first explain my plan for Las Vegas. I plan to win an additional $100,000. So how? Let me break it down for you. If I win $5,000 per session, if I hit singles instead of hitting home runs, I'm going to be a lot safer. So here we go. 20 sessions, because we all know Vegas is open up 24/7, never closes. So I'm going to have 20 winning sessions, being safer, and profiting $5,000 per session. Do you get it? Do you have that light bulb moment? Because I did. It's an obtainable goal. And that's the lesson that I'm giving you. And I've given you that lesson before. Now with my trading account, let's recap. I started with $25,000. The end of last week, I was up to $55,000. Remember, the lessons from last week is you break it down. You take small piles and you turn them into big piles. So as I headed into Monday, and you're going to see a reoccurring message here. So please pay attention. As I head into Monday, I had $14,000 worth of LPX railroad options. My strategy was LPX is going to $70. The Dow will strengthen. Now we're almost there today. So I have the same problem on many of my trades. I zoom in rather than allowing myself enough time to be correct. So with LPX, I made $500. If I had waited one more day, I would have made it $10,000. If I'd waited 2 more days, I would have profited $15,000. So that was my first mistake, and yes, there are more. Next, I was in CCJ, all on Monday. I had $20,000 worth of call options. I was looking for a 30% return, and it was hit. So I was happy. But later in the week, an analyst came out and they gave a price target of $27. So where did the stock go? It went to $27. Now, if I had given myself more time in that trade, I would have made $25,000. So now we have mistake number 2, and we're only on Monday. Tuesday, who remembers when I made a comment that I spoke to God? Yes, that part is a joke. But I made a video for YouTube about Bitcoin. I made a broadcast for my Twitter platform about Bitcoin saying I spoke to God and he told me Bitcoin's going to 70,000. And then I shot a video for my platform members. So I basically yelled it out from the rooftops as loud as I could. Bitcoin's going up, Riot, which is heavily shorted, will be my play. So that I get the extra pop when it goes up, when the shorts have to cover. So I was in on Tuesday, I sold the same day on Tuesday. I was in for maybe an hour tops. I made about $5,000. But you guessed it, I did not give myself a chance to be correct. If I had held the position through Wednesday, my same position would have been worth $200,000 more. If I had held the position through Thursday, I would have made an extra $250,000. Now remember, this is my small account, the account that only had $50,000. Down from 7 up to 50 would have been worth north of $300,000. So let's talk about what I did right on Tuesday. I called Netflix correctly. I called CCXI correct. Now with Wish and Canadian Solar, I was too soon. And Tuesday for me was a flat day, a day where I should have profited $200,000. So I was pretty depressed Tuesday after trading had closed. So what did I do? I went to the casino to gamble, not to win, and I lost $15,000. I was up, I was down, I was riding the elevator. I was using emotion, completely my fault. I was so tilted by the trade that I decided I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have a goal to make 5, 10, 15,000. I was gonna crush it. I was gonna make, I don't know, as much as I could. Such a bad plan. Because again, I lost $15,000. I left feeling like a loser. Instead of now being 12 out of my last 13 winning sessions, I was now 12 wins out of my last 14 winning sessions. Remember, every time, whether it's trading or whatever we're doing in life, I want you guys to feel like a winner. So let's get to Wednesday. Unfortunately, Wednesday did not get any better for me. I was carrying CCXI and Canadian Solar. I was depressed about Riot the day before. I was upset about losing $15,000 playing cards. I wasn't in a good place. And the effects of trading when you're not in a good mental place. Well, it's mistake number 3 for me. Canadian Solar, which I mentioned pre-market, could fall. So I was going to set my bid at open and sell on open. But when I looked at my phone, it was 9:31 a.m. The market had already opened. The stock had spiked up and then dropped hard. So literally by 2 minutes, I missed executing my strategy. Now remember, I just lost making money on Riot on Tuesday. I lost $15,000 at the casino Tuesday night. And here we are going into Wednesday where I'm shooting videos for my platform, shooting a video for Twitter. I've got a strategy to drop my position at open and get max value for it because I think the stock is going down. And at 9:31, I'm too late. So instead, I rode the position down. And then what makes it worse, what I tell you guys not to do, and which is so important that I'm sharing with you, I scare sold. I was thinking the market might crash when the Fed speaks. It was emotion. It wasn't math. It wasn't strategy. I lost $20,000 to start Wednesday. Now the good news is I did make profit on Microsoft. Before the Fed spoke, I said to myself, if the Fed says that there are no changes coming to inflation, Microsoft should spike. So I got in Microsoft at $330. It quickly spiked at 2:30 p.m. I was out at 334 and I sold taking $10,000 profit. However, if I had waited 20 more minutes, just 20 more minutes to sell, I would have made $20,000, not $10,000. And that, my friends, is mistake number 4. FYI, if I held strong both stocks that I entered into Wednesday with, CCXI and Canadian Solar, they later both turned green that day. And if I actually saved money on the sidelines like I tell you guys to average down correctly, I would have crushed it. But I didn't. I was overly levered. So as you can see, when you're not in the right mindset and you get tilted, you can drop money even though you think you're doing the right thing. Even though I was sure about those 2 stocks, when they took a dive, I got scared and I sold Canadian Solar and I lost a lot of money. And later in the day, it rebounded. So that's just me being transparent. Other gurus that tell you they don't lose money and they make money on every single trade, it's BS. I'm here to show you and help you learn from my mistakes. All right, so Thursday, I was back in a better mental state, but still not perfect. I was in and out of Microsoft and Roblox and secured $2,400 and $1,500 profit. Mistake number 5. I did not give myself a long enough chance to be correct. The profit on each of those trades would have doubled. Understand, on Roblox, I made 80% on my trade. I could have made 225%. So I'm beating myself up right and left this week. Now, I did enter into Tiger late on Thursday. I carried that position into Friday. So my trading account that was at $55,000 is now at $40,000 as I speak to you. Tiger is still sitting around $7. I have options, I have shares. Now keep in mind, my options don't expire until November 19th. So I'm gonna see how it plays out. Again, my thought process with Tiger, T-I-G-R, is that there will be inflow and demand, and when it spikes, it'll spike somewhere between $8.80 and $10, making my $5 calls worth anywhere from $4 to $5. So that's how I'm gonna make my profit. But we'll see how it plays out. So again, the summary with Blackjack, 4 weeks in, up $100,000, trading 4 weeks in, I'm now currently down $15,000 after an extremely tough week. So if you appreciate my transparency, if you appreciate me sharing these lessons, these truths with you, please make a comment below, make sure you subscribe, and pay it forward. Share this video with a friend. I'm here to make you money, I'm here to make me money, and I'm here to simplify.